This is the All-American Prepper coming at you from the bunker. I'm going to talk about a subject that most prepper channels and most people are going to fail at. They just overlook it. You know, people stockpile food and weapons and such. You can only use so many weapons at one time, but the most overlooked item is a good pair of boots. You're going to need a good pair of boots, and I recommend getting some extra boot strings. You know, just think about this. Say, there's a catastrophe, man-made or by nature. If you're walking around out there with just tennis shoes on, you're liable to injure your feet. And most people overlook how important foot care is. You know, right now it may seem not a big deal. You know, you step on a nail or something cuts through your tennis shoe and cuts your foot. Well, you can go to the hospital, get that sewed up, get put on some antibiotics, and you'll be fine. But in a grid down situation and in a catastrophe, a foot injury, that's a serious injury. You know, most people, they don't think about it, or it's just not something that people are interested in. But that's not what I do here on our channel. I talk about the practical things also. And you're going to need a good pair of boots, because if you have a foot injury, just the smallest injury can turn into something real big. If you get an infection, and if you can't be mobile, say it's an EMP or a solar flare, you know, these cars, these vehicles, they're not going to work. That's what EMPs and solar flares do. They fry anything electrical. So you're going to be on your feet. And a good pair of boots, which I feel is one of the most overlooked things in prepping, is a lifesaver. Before I bought body armor, I would buy me 2 good pair of boots with some extra boot laces. It's very important. I cannot stress how important foot care is during a grid down situation or any situation as far as that goes. And where those tennis shoes won't hold up to a sharp piece of metal, a good pair of leather boots, preferably steel-toed, that really could mean the difference between life and death. Most people don't think about it, or they overlook it. If you've been in the armed forces, you know a good pair of boots that's really one of your number one things. You know, you've got to take care of your feet. If you get a bad injury on your foot, you're out of the game. You know, if you can't move around and do your daily task that you're going to have to do, you're going to be out of the game. So I recommend getting you 2 pair of very quality boots. It's just so important. You know, I'm sure this video probably not going to get a lot of views because, like, man, he's talking about boots. Yeah, you know, that's important. I can't stress it enough how important having a good pair of boots will be in a grid down or a hurricane or, you know, anything. You're going to need a good pair of boots. That could be the difference between life and death. It's just something as simple as having a good pair of boots. So I wanted to bring this up because it is very important. You know, people talk about having power and communications and knives and guns, but I really don't hear people talking about you need a good pair of boots. So I just hope that I got through to you that how important it is to have you a good pair of boots. So the first chance you get, you need to go out and get you some good boots. You know, the time is coming where you're not going to be able to go and just buy what you want. For some people, that time is already here because everything's so expensive. So please, for your sake, and whoever it is that you're going to be taking care of, get yourself a good quality pair of boots, preferably 2 of them. It's so important. With that, this is the All-American Prepper. Stay strapped, stay dangerous, and have a blessed day.